Okay, so just a quick video discussion about what you can do for your research, no? Since very sensitive yung topic ninyo and mahirap maghanap ng data since ayun nga no, very sensitive yung topic. What you can do instead is to conduct a case study. And what is a case study first? Case study is a detailed study of a specific subject, such as a person, group, place, event, organization, or a phenomenon. Again, a detailed study of a specific subject, and one of the subjects that you can do for a case study is a phenomenon, which is in your case, racial and gender prejudice. So, para siyang descriptive study, para siyang descriptive design, which gives a detailed information about a specific subject. In this case, racial and gender prejudice. So ano yung steps to do this, no? First is you should select a case, which is meron na kayo, yung inyong racial and gender prejudice topic. Next is you will conduct a theoretical framework, or you will conduct a literature review. Ito yung chapter 2 ng study natin. And what can you include in your chapter 2? First is exemplify. Exemplify your topic. Now, you will give examples of your topic. Concrete examples such as kung meron kayong mahanap na news articles na pertaining to racial and gender prejudice. Kung meron kayong both local and foreign siguro, pero mas maganda kung kung local literature ang mahanap ninyo. And then you will expand on the idea of your topic. Meaning to say, aside from giving examples doon sa topic ninyo, hahanapin ninyo ngayon yung parang pinaka root cause ng problem, bakit nagkakaroon ng racial and gender prejudice, papaano natin masasabi na racial and gender prejudice na siya, ano yung mga factors na kailangan natin i-consider before saying that this situation is an example of racial and gender prejudice. Parang ganun. So, you will find literatures from conducted researches, from local newspaper articles, from journals, 'di ba? Pwede na kayong maghanap, kayo na bahala. Giving examples and uncovering new concepts na nakalagay dito and ideas that need to be incorporated, such as yung root cause, yung sinasabi natin, or yung factors na kailangan i-consider before saying that this situation is a racial and gender prejudice. So yun. And then after that, it is better if, aside from conducting a literature review, you will also develop a theoretical framework. So siguro naman may makikita tayo na na mga models dito about racial and gender prejudice. Sige, let's try siguro gender muna tayo. Gender prejudice models. Okay. Theoretical model for analyzing gender bias. Model of gender prejudice, power, and discrimination. Mukhang mas maganda to. Oh, okay. So ito, meron na kayo kagad study na conducted. You can already get what you need from the abstract, pero it's much better to look for specific Okay, mukhang walang model dito, no? Practical implementation, future research. Sige. Pero ayun nga, pwede naman kayong maghanap ng additional models that can help you. Ayan, meron na kagad dito. Models. Pag-aralan nyo na lang if this model can be applicable to your topic. And I've already explained to each and every one of you yung reason behind why we look for a theoretical framework. This is to help us better analyze or interpret the data that we will be gathering. So for example, sample of theoretical frameworks. Um, ito, the problem that they have is customer satisfaction. So kailangan niya ngayon maghanap ng related related articles or related literature about customer satisfaction since yun nga yung parang pinaka-underlying problem. Sige ito. The problem kasi of this example, of this sample is wala daw masyadong return customers. So, ibig sabihin, the underlying topic here is customer satisfaction. Kaya naghanap sila ngayon ng related literatures about customer satisfaction and meron sila nakita model by Thomasen. And this model, they will use to analyze the data that they will be gathering. So in this case, since your topic is racial and gender prejudice, aside from finding out aside from looking for related literatures and articles about racial and gender prejudice, subukan nyo rin maghanap ng mga theoretical models about this. No? Nakita nyo naman kanina, meron kayong pwedeng mahanap. Just make sure that you can use that to analyze the data that you will be gathering. Next, aside from that, how will you collect now your data? Usually, di ba, sinabi ko nga, case study is done for qualitative research designs. So you can conduct interviews, you can conduct observations, and you can even conduct analysis of primary and secondary sources such as newspaper articles, photographs, and official records. So kung ano yung mga nakita ninyo before doon sa chapter 2, pwede nyo ring gamitin iyon as your concrete data itself. And from that concrete data, you will analyze it now based from the model that you have found as your theoretical framework. So ganoon kadali. Hindi niyo na kailangan maghanap ng mga siguro mga 10 tao na nakapag-experience na ng gender and racial prejudice sa hospitality industry natin. Pero it is still much better if you can find siguro at least one or two uh, one or two respondents for an interview para lang meron kayong real life sources para hindi lang kayo naka-based sa newspaper articles, photographs, or official records. Pero still, if wala talaga kayong mahanap na respondents, kahit isa or dalawang respondents lang, pwede na kayong mag-focus doon sa primary and secondary sources natin, such as newspaper articles, photographs, or official records. So, yun. Mas maganda lang kung meron kayong makahanap, siguro kahit at least one or two interviews, and then add more data based from primary and secondary sources. Pero kung wala talaga, pwede na kayong mag-base lang dito sa primary and secondary sources natin. Now, how will you now describe and analyze the case? Of course, darating tayo sa chapter 4. Sa chapter 4, doon natin ngayon ilalagay yung analysis na sinasabi ko sa inyo. How you will analyze the data that you gathered from the primary and secondary sources or from the interviews if you will conduct, and how to better analyze the topic, of course, with the given theoretical framework na mahanap ninyo. So it is important to find a theoretical framework, and it is important to find a literature review like examples or expansion of the topic that you have in mind, which is in this case, racial and gender prejudice. So yun, I hope that may naitulong itong very short video na ito para ma-conduct niyo na maayos yung research ninyo. Yun lang naman. If you have further questions, feel free to message me. And if you want to have a consultation, pwede rin naman ako. Just message me ahead of time. Okay? With that being said, thank you so much to everyone and mag-iingat kayo palagi.